Hello, couch co-opers, couch potatoes, and couch codependents. This is the Couch Co-op Show, the greatest video game and beer podcast in the world. I'm Ian, and I got Jared, Nick, and Aaron with me today.
Hello.
What up?
Oh, damn it. Good morning.
Dave is, of course, in England, and that will play heavily into the next part of the show. Anyway, before we get to that point, let's get carried on with this. Please do me a favor and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Couch Co-op Shows. Aaron, all one word?
No hyphen.
Indeed. Now, before we talk about video games, let's couch co-hop over to Aaron. What is this week's beer, my brother?
Well, the original one was going to be this one by Migration called Patio Pale Ale, but due to it being really hard to find, I didn't realize it. But anyway, I just had to go with something a little more fitting for the weather because it's starting to get colder.
Festive,
so I
too.
get a little more chilly. My favorite brewery, Deschutes Jubelale. I love the artwork, and I haven't had it for a while because last year I just kind of took a break from winter beers for the most part. I decided to try and dive right back in, but I'm a little beastie.
All right, well, let's pop it.
7%.
I love my winter beers. Let's go.
3, 2, 1, Pepperoni. Aaron, you were saying it's what,
Right.
6 something?
6.7% is what it says on the bottle itself.
Goodness.
Somewhere. Yep, there it is. 6.7. It's on the side with the red label, the Deschutes label. Yeah, I had a hard time figuring out what I wanted to do when I heard that it's kind of hard to find. I guess I'm just so used to seeing that beer out and about. I don't think it's harder to find outside of PDX area. I really didn't think about that. So I figured, what the hell? And besides, there's any other ones I could get easy. I mean, there's Burr, but
I think Jubelale's a national one. You can find that in most states.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, we've been drinking this beer. We've been drinking this beer forever. Like, it's
I figured it was a good fitting one for the season because it literally went from 70, 80 degrees all the way down to 50. It didn't even hit 55, I think, out here in Tualatin.
It's definitely
today.
cooled off. This garage is nicer.
So, Jared, what do you think? What are your initial impressions of this beer?
I like this one. I think this is a good edition of it.
Nick DeWin, what do you think of this beer?
I haven't tried it yet.
Oh, you haven't tried it?
Oh, man.
No, I don't know if I'm ready for winter beers just yet.
I'm ready for winter beers, but yeah, it has all the roasty flavors of it. It's very roasty.
Oh no, I could definitely smell it.
Here's a little inside baseball. Nick DeWin and I stayed up till like 3 o'clock in the morning drinking last night. So,
Jesus. Oh man, I can even stay up at 3 a.m. even before I had a kid. Actually, I can probably stay up a lot later now because I have a kid. But jeez.
Yeah,
What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, I'm definitely not ready for winter beers, but
That one beer will get you ready.
I know it will.
I know it will.
Yeah.
No,
But initial impressions, though.
It's not bad, actually. I mean, honestly, I haven't had it for a couple of years because it's more of the same, honestly. But I think I was kind of relieved I took a year off from the winter beer blitz, and glad I kind of came back to it because I'm now ready for winter beers again after stuff like this. I'm looking forward to seeing what else came out. I'm just gonna skip fall beers. I just can't with pumpkin beers. I'm sorry, I can't.
Well, I don't like pumpkin beers either, but I always like the which is why last week's choice was Octo, but I always like the Oktoberfest type beers.
Yeah, I like Oktoberfest.
But I don't know. It's like, aside from those, it's been a while since I've actually. Well, I mean, I guess earlier this year I had the Salmon Summer, but aside from that, I haven't really been chasing down a lot of seasonals. Just kind of like stopped, and Wasn't
really
missing
the
them,
only,
especially with winter.
But what do you think of this one, Nick?
Ooh,
I want to know what you think of this one.
I don't. I don't know.
he's
I mean,
avoiding it like a plague.
well, malt. I don't want to hate on it, but I'm not hating it.
No, dude, honestly, it's.
I just don't. I just don't know if I'm really in the mood for winter beers yet. So
It's cold outside. Go stand outside.
Yeah.
Go stand
It was
outside.
outside. I just bought this back an hour ago.
Gotcha.
An hour or so
Go
ago.
out
It was
there.
Well, I have a different.
I mean, I know it's like. I know. I basically danced around not answering the question as to whether I like it or not, but
You're just not in the mood for it, is what you're saying.
yeah, I guess
That's honest. I give it that. That's honest.
I mean, summer just ended like 2 days ago, so.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking much. My God.
Like I'm still.
Yeah, finally.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm in a different boat. I feel like this beer is drastically different than the last one I ever had. I haven't had this beer in like 2 years, so like the last time I drank it was in my old house in my garage, and I gave it like a middle high thumb up.
Mm-hmm.
And I drink a 6-pack, no problem. I find I drink this. I'm like choking it down. Like it's so dark and malty. It's unlike it used to be. I feel like it's so much different than it used to be.
It's a little bitter for you too, or a lot bitter.
It's not like super bitter. It's just like that. It's like it's like stout. It's like a stout level.
Burnt grains.
It's a weaker.
It's just like it's just burnt grains.
Burnt bitter.
It's just like I don't remember it being like this, like ever. That's
I get it.
Unless I like my brain is like just like I have cancer or COVID fucked my mouth. I don't know. It just feels like it's unlike what I remember it being, and I used to like it, and now I really don't like this. Like it's hard for me to drink this.
I get it. I mean, like I said, I wanted to do the patio pale ale from Migration.
Well, no, but do you guys not think it tastes different?
It tastes different for sure.
It's been a few years.
I remember
a few years since I had it, but sorry, Aaron, I didn't mean to step on you.
No, you're fine. No worries. I just remember when I first had it, it was good, but then it had a couple dark years where I was like, ugh, yeah. And then the last year I had it was actually when Ian had it, like in that same time frame. It was tasty. And then I skipped a year because I was just over winter seasonal
last year, and then this year we're having it again. But I just feel like it's total. Like I just don't. But I guess that's a problem when you have like a beer once a year, and then you don't have it for like a couple years. You just kind of. But like I've never been a dark beer guy, really.
No.
And like Jubelale, I never felt like it might have been a darker beer, but it never was like. I just feel like this is incredibly a dark beer right now, and I don't remember it being an incredibly dark beer. So I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if I tried to search and tried to find like real like did this change, and no one could give me a definitive answer. I could only find like loose like the recipe changes blah 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 blah. But like I couldn't say I couldn't find even people saying it tastes different this year. I couldn't find that anywhere.
Weren't you saying like it changed, but it doesn't change every year?
There was an article back in like 2019. I don't know when that article was, but like there's a recipe, but then they say that the ingredients vary wildly, and then they do change. Like even though there's a recipe, it's not always followed perfectly, basically, which is fine because we've had Jubelale that tastes different from year to year, which is fine.
Yeah,
and I've noticed that too. But like it's always seemed to be the same kind of beer. I felt this just seems incredibly dark, in my opinion. But maybe I'm just incredibly wrong. But that's how because I never hated the beer, but I hate it this year. So I don't know if it's like, but I can't find it anywhere that is like incredibly different this year. Everyone just seems to think like, so it must be made up, and I'm having a fantasy in my head or in my mouth.
No, it definitely tastes different from 2 years ago. It definitely tastes different from 2 years ago. Like I remember it was tasty, and then like I said, skip a year and then come back. It's like, it's different for sure.
Like it's like bordering on like almost like Black Butte like level right now for me. Like it's like that level flavor. It's not the body's not quite the same, but the flavor is like pretty on point. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Anyway, that's just hey. We need to talk about video games for a minute while I choke. Yeah. It takes me a lifetime to choke down this beer. Anyway, as we spin, and I think we're just gonna do like one topic this whole show. So like when we finish this beer, we'll review it and then we'll continue on with the topic like we did last week. This week, Dave is away. He went away. He does this. He travels to England every once in a while, just visit his family because he has to. He doesn't have to. He wants to. I mean. Whatever. And if you have listened to the show if you listen to the show in the past, we've punished him for such a thing. And so I feel it's only fair that we bring back the Dave Game Challenge, where we come up with a list of 5 games for him to play all next year, or this year into next year. So what we're going to do is list off our top 3 games that we would like him to play, and then we will come up with a list of 5 games and then challenge him with those 5 games. So, Jared, would you like to list off the first game you would like Dave to play?
Well, I actually own this one. I tried it. I think it's right down Dave's spectrum. It's Divinity Original Sin 2.
Why did you think he should play this game?
Because he likes some of the classic games like that. I can't think of the but yeah, that style
strategy
role-playing where
strategy.
Strategy is very strategic battles, lots of decisions. It's not like just boring chores and stuff like that. It's actually a real deep story and really cool characters. And I don't know. I think he likes that battle style, which I don't. I have really bad troubles doing any of the battles in that game.
It's a very hard
game. Hit a bottleneck and just stop playing.
It's a very difficult game.
It's not for me, but I think he would find a good liking for it.
I think
like
you're only.
Oblivion?
I think you're only.
No, not Oblivion. What are those games?
XCOM.
It's been a while. Well, yeah, XCOM. But the ones very specifically like this, I can't think their name. It's been a while. Baldur's Gate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate. It's like right down that style.
I think your only challenge is that he doesn't like fantasy shit.
Yeah, but he loves Baldur's Gate.
Does he? Oh, I think it's more Ellen. Well, he did like Diablo, though, too. All right.
Yeah.
Nick, to win, what is the first game you would like Dave to play?
This might be a dumb choice because he may have already done it, since anybody who had Windows 95 had this game, but Full Tilt Pinball.
Full Tilt.
Nice.
Why do you think that Dave would enjoy playing Full Tilt Pinball?
Because last week when he was talking about wanting to play pinball.
Oh, yeah. At the Portland Retro.
But yeah.
Yes. I remember the post.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I only made a list of 3 games, not 5, so I'm kind of scrambling here.
No. You only need 3.
Oh.
Then we will. No, you only need 3, and then we will pick. Each one of us will pick one game. There'll be 4 games.
Never mind. Then
we'll pick one from each of our lists that we want him to play, and then the 5th game, we will vote. Hey, Jared thinks that whatever Aaron picks, maybe your 3rd game is what we should pick, and we will vote on like a 5th game. So 3 games is all you need. All you need. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm ready to throw that one in the trash. Alex Kidd Shinobi World.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you brought. Oh, I see. So he's. I'm sorry, Nick. I did not mean to throw you off. Yeah, you only needed to bring 3 games to the show.
Okay. Phew.
Well, so not Full Tilt Pinball. Cross that one off the list.
Yeah. Throw that one. That was just one I just came up
last minute decision.
Yeah.
But Aaron, you can put that in your pocket. Full Tilt Pinball.
It's in my mind already.
All right, Nick. Go ahead. Alex Kidd.
In Shinobi World. Just because he was talking about playing Alex Kidd.
He didn't. He was kind of dismissive. He was kind of dismissive of Alex Kidd.
Yeah, but I think this one will be fun. Just quickly searching it, it's almost like the game itself. Alex Kidd is he plays a parody, and it's more based, I think, in that old game of Shinobi. If you remember that game from way back when.
For sure.
So,
all right,
maybe it won't be as bad.
That sounds fun.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Aaron, what's the first game you would like to put forth to Dave, and why do you think you would enjoy it?
I'm not sure if I put it down for the last time we did this, but I'm going to go with the walking simulator-ish, Fallout-ish game, We Happy Few, for a PS4. That game is like, I think it'd be right up his alley because it has the walking simulator thing, because he likes games that like you can kind of boop in for a little bit and then pop right back out, but also it's like, it's kind of one of those like games that I feel like he'd actually enjoy, honestly.
It's kind of British too.
It's kind of easy. Yeah, and it's like I said, I've tried restarting the game a couple times. It's not that I couldn't. It's not that I didn't like it. I tried so hard getting into it and I couldn't. But I think it's more of a Dave speed game because it's like, it's kind of sneaking around, kind of like you can kind of do what you want in the game, but also you got to be careful with what you do in the game. It's it's kind of a fun game. It's also kind of like a Clockwork Orange element in there as well, because there's some parts like, what the fuck is happening here?
And he loves a Clockwork Orange. You know what's also great about that game?
I think
Aaron has it. Always a bonus.
I do. Yes, so he could easily get it from me anytime. And if he has a non-digital PS5, he could play it on that thing too, if I remember right.
He does.
Maybe.
He has a disc one.
He has a disc one.
It might work on that, depending on how old it is.
So my first game is going to be Metal Gear Survive.
Oh.
Because I just want more people to play this game. Also, you can be a half-naked chick and shoot zombies, and he likes shooting zombies. And I think it's fun. And Jared has it, so then we could all multiplayer together. And I have a disc copy because I have it digitally on my system, so I could give him this copy. So that's my number.
Oh man,
that's my first pick right here for Dave.
Nice.
All right. See how easy that is? Look at that. These are gonna be easy challenges for Dave. Look at this. Dave's gonna knock these out of the park. It's gonna get worse. Jared, number 2. What's the second pick?
We've talked about it several times.
Uh-oh.
Tom Clancy's The Division 2.
Oh my God, this might be okay. Just to save this. All right, I will also say that this is my number 2 pick. It was going to be my number 1 pick, and I wasn't sure. I was pretty sure Jared was going to pick it, so whatever. This will be my number 2, so I won't talk about it much. But yes, Jared, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean it's open world. There's a lot of stuff to do. It's not. I mean, he might not like how the running around works because you really have to run around a lot. But the battle system's really fun. The tools that you get, all the different little special powers you can get are really, really awesome. And the story's interesting enough. I think it'd keep him going.
I think it's
I had
a
ton of
Dave.
fun with it,
I think it's a
Dave
ass Dave game. I think it's the most Dave game. It's like it's better than Far Cry.
And that's another one all three of us could play. Well,
we could all play together.
A team of 4, team of 3,
team of 4.
Yeah,
team of
like
4.
that.
I think.
So
I don't know.
Yeah, and it's always on sale for next to nothing.
Yeah, I don't have a disc copy. I bought it digitally. I don't know what you have.
Yeah, I think I have it digitally as well.
So, but it's always like super cheap, like $8.99 or something. It's super cheap.
Yeah, because
now. Always.
I want to buy the DLC and play through that.
Yeah, I got that. I have that too.
So I'd be very willing to jump back in.
But yeah, it's a fun game to pop in and just. It's like the weapons feel good. It's. A lot of like customization. I don't know. I think he'd dig it. We've been like talking about it for so long. I think it needs to be on the list. Make him play it.
Yeah.
Anyway, good choice, Jared. Nick, second pick.
Red Dead Revolver. I've never played it. I don't really know much about it, but I don't.
The original Red Dead game.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why.
I mean, he liked Red Dead too, so I mean, I have no idea how the game is even played. I'm not even sure if it was a Rockstar.
It is. It's a rock. So it's a game that failed. It was like failing, and then Rockstar bought it, finished it, and published it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's Red Dead Revolver, and then there's Red Dead 1, Red Dead 2. So it's it's technically in that same, I don't know if it's even canon. I don't know if the game is canon to the Red Dead.
I don't know.
I've never played it, so I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'd actually like to play it someday to see if there's any familiarities.
I should download the ISO and just like fuck around with it on PC.
I don't even know what it looks like. I just know it by name. But...
All right.
The cover art's kind of dumb, but
I do remember that
the cover art looks goofy
ridiculous.
Big face and a huge gun in front of it.
I don't think it did very well. I mean, I don't know. It's funny. Like that. I feel like they bought it just for Red Dead. Like that title, like the name. They bought the whole game to release it, and then it was like, oh, we're gonna make this a fucking juggernaut. We're gonna take this shit ass game and make it a fucking juggernaut.
Yeah,
sounds like that's what rock stars do, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool pick. I didn't see that coming. Aaron, what's the second game you would like to throw onto the pile?
I feel like this one's kind of a mishmash, but it's kind of. I feel like he'd overall enjoy it, even though it's the sci-fi aspect of it be kind of not sci-fi, but superhero aspect of it be kind of a pain in the butt for him, just because he doesn't like that sort of thing. Guardians of the Galaxy, PS4. I think he'd actually enjoy that overall. The gameplay's tight. The story is. I thought it was gonna suck, but I thought it was gonna be okay at best. But I was totally wrong. And I feel like he'd actually enjoy this game, except for the only part would be the comic book aspect.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, Aaron. I think I did play it thinking that I think Dave would really like this game. It's a shootery game. If you just don't know anything about comics and like threw that away, like if it was like if you said it was like Mass Effect, Psycho Mind Trip, because like the sci-fi worlds are so coolly designed and the shooting's really good. I 100% agree, Nick. Aaron.
And there's not a bunch of downtime, so you wouldn't really have a chance to get bored. Yeah, it's a very, very fast-paced story. Really well done.
Like I said, the only hard part is just the comic book aspect. But even then, it's like, if you didn't know if you literally saw Guardians of the Galaxy, the game, and nothing else.
I have a disc copy he could borrow.
I do too, actually, as well. Got that as a Christmas present, actually.
No, it's a great game. Good choice. Inspired choice. It's
Nick could borrow
it's like one of those things. It's like Jared picked Divinity, and you pick it's just like he has a fantasy issue and he has a comic book issue. But if you were to just dismiss those, I feel like he'd probably have fun with both those games. You know.
Oh yeah, hella good fun with those. Just ignore those aspects of the game, like just the story itself. But once that's good. Bam. Hooked.
Yeah. Well, my number 2, obviously I'm just gonna say it's with Jared's. So Division 2, we already talked about it. So we're gonna take a break here before we get to our last picks, and we'll finish reviewing this beer.
All right. Well, I think I know what yours is gonna be. I feel like I know what the group is gonna agree upon in this one for the most part. But let's get to it.
Yeah. Let's see what final thoughts, Jared.
It was very consistent all the way through. I mean, it tasted the same from the top to the bottom. It didn't have any weird sediment at the bottom, so that was good. It kind of sticks to your tongue, so it has a lot of aftertaste because that's a very rich beer, I'd say. But yeah, overall, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I honestly never go out of my way to buy Jubelale. Usually, my wife brings it home from the store. So I think I'll keep it in that category with the sideways thumb.
Gotcha. Nick DeWin, what do you think? Final thoughts? No thoughts, though?
I mean, I can see why I haven't really been chasing after winter beers for the past few years. And I may just continue that trend. I don't know. It tastes almost like any other winter beer anymore. I mean, they're all, malty, little burnt. Just
The only ones I found that were different for winter ales were really the Celebration from Sierra Nevada and the Brown Sugar from Lagunitas. Other than that, yeah, I agree. They're pretty much.
Well, Celebration I think is more like an IPA, and then Brown Sugar's a brown ale.
Yes, exactly. But like I feel like all winter ales are generally the same, though. Like you said, it's like burnt.
So Nick's going half, Jared's going half. Aaron, what is your final thoughts on your pick this week? Jubelale.
I want to say my thought about this was going to be a little more positive, and I thought it was going to be like wow me in a sense, but my opinion kind of backfired after having the first half of it. But I regret nothing of getting this beer, so I'm definitely going to go with this just because I don't go out of my way to find it. I kind of just threw one out of my ass to everybody for the group. But on the same token, if someone brought it over, it wouldn't go away. Sorry. If someone brought a 6-pack over to the house for like a get together or whatever, I would not let it go to waste.
100%.
But honestly, I did not want to get a 12-pack in a can. I was just like, please find a 6-pack for the love of God.
That's the other thing. Isn't that new that it's in cans now? Didn't it used to be only in bottles?
Yes, they do 6-pack bottles for their seasonals, but 12-pack cans.
But you used to be able to get 12-pack bottles of this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I used to drink this all the time. I feel like, all right, so I'm so conflicted now because, like, this used to be, like, at least here for me. And sometimes, well, I would never say here, but it was like, but I feel like, I don't know, man. I am like, I feel it's down here. I just do not like this year's version. I don't know if it's weird, but I just don't like this year's version. So we're gonna
seems a lot more roasty and
toasted
than
so I'm just gonna have to put an asterisk next to this, and like maybe certain seasonals we have to come back to, because like this one just seems like I remember it being a bit lighter, not as roasted, but it had a bit more of a, not a roasted bite, but like a different, like a hoppier bite, but not a roasted bite. Like it's so roasted, it's just different than I remember it, and I'm just like not a fan. So we're going 1.5 Chubs out of 4 on this beer for Jubelale. Aaron, what video game are you picking to pair against this dark Jubelale?
And does Dave have to play it?
No, Dave doesn't have to play it.
Oh. It's dark, it's cold, it's just like one of my favorite DC superhero games. We're gonna go with Arkham City, Batman, baby.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, Arkham City during the winter time.
Okay.
Snowy. Yeah. It's dark.
Yes.
That's a good choice, my friend. Is it during Christmas?
That's a good one, Aaron.
I think it is during Christmas. Anyway.
I think it's just the winter itself.
Yeah, it is winter itself. I just remember. That's a good choice. Good game. Great game, actually. Great game.
Fantastic games.
All those Arkham games are awesome.
I need to finish Arkham Knight. I do.
Oh, Arkham Knight's my favorite, but yeah, Arkham City's a great game, dude. Great game. Good choice, Aaron. Good choice. So 1.5 thumbs for a winter. I mean, if you're into winter beers, you'll probably like this beer.
It's all right. It's all right.
You're gonna like it.
It used to be a must-buy back in the day, like that and a few other winter seasonals, and it's just, I'm fine without them.
There you go.
They used to make me feel the way that I feel now, but
others have done it better.
Like, why would you drink this versus just not drinking like a stout or something?
Yeah, I go usually for the stouts during winter versus like a actual winter seasonal beer. I mean, I try the couple basics like Jubal and Widmer Burr, but that's about it. Maybe I'll hit up a Red Hook if they do a seasonal anymore. I mean, it's pretty few and far between on some of the old school microbreweries that you might be able to find in the store sets now, because there's so many damn micros. It's hard to find shelf space for the seasonals.
Cool. All right. Well, Jerry, you get to talk some more, because what is your last game you want to throw on the pile for Dave?
Kerbal Space Program.
Oh my God! You know what a great fucking pick.
He has not played that.
Hold on.
I don't think any of us have played that.
It's create and manage your own space program. Build spacecraft, fly them, and try to help the Kerbals fulfill their ultimate mission of conquering space. And so it seems like the big challenge with this is building the ship and getting it to fly right. So
Yeah,
it
you have
has
to build a
kind
rocket.
of that weird comedic, goofy rocket flying out and blowing up and that kind
But
of
it's
shit.
100% a space
it just
simulator
seems-
at the same time.
It is.
It's 100% a space simulator, like a rocket simulator. So it's like, it's
Yeah.
A, goofy, but B, I think the mathematics technically are
Yeah.
real.
That's 100% Dave game right there, I think.
What a good choice. I didn't even think about that. That's a good choice, Jared.
And the sequel is about to come out.
Awesome.
Oh.
Nick, what is the last game you want to throw on the pile?
I Am Bread.
I Am Bread.
Okay.
What is I
I don't
Am
know
Bread?
if have you
And why?
It's
Just a
just
goofy
like
control game.
Yeah, it's just a goofy control game. I think it's like a kind of like a ragdoll physics game, maybe.
Maybe.
But you're basically. I mean, I've only played like maybe a couple minutes of it. I just kind of just to kind of get the hang of the controls, and but haven't played it again. But it just seemed like a silly game, kind of in line with like a Goat Simulator.
Oh, well, he loves Goat
but-
Simulator.
Octodad. It
Alright.
makes me think of Octodad with the goofy controls and stuff.
But I mean, you're basically just trying to take this piece of bread and turn it into a piece of toast. But along the way, you can get it dirty and affect its edibility.
Sweet.
I don't know.
Sweet.
I don't know if Dave would have liked it or not, but it was just like a game that I just thought of that might be kind of silly and weird.
It looks dumb and fun, yeah.
Aaron,
And it's pretty cheap most of the time.
what is the last game you're going to throw up on the pile?
All right, I'm gonna go with this one's kind of a toughie. I gotta go with the Shadow of War games. I think he played Shadow of Mordor, but I don't think he played Shadow of War.
I don't think he ever played any of that shit. Did he play any of that
well,
shit? I think he's the one because he doesn't like Lord of the Rings.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I think he played
Why?
this game
Because of the fantasy?
it's another fantasy
Big
one,
time.
yes. But this one was actually, I feel like it was pretty fun, and it didn't feel like how to explain it? Like, most games like it kind of like didn't just hold your hand, they kind of just dropped right in. This one kind of like helps you out a little bit, I feel like, because it was just, it's fun. The story is actually decent. And I think he likes a challenge because even though he has parent duties and stuff like that, but I feel like it has a challenge aspect to it. Because if you get your butt kicked, it becomes more difficult as the game goes on because that nemesis system in it.
Right.
And he seems like someone who likes a challenge to a game, but not obviously bang your head against the wall challenge, because who likes that shit? Nobody does.
It's a shame that system got copywritten, so nobody could use it.
I agree.
That's life.
Yeah.
That's the world.
Yeah, it's like so many developers could have made something cool out of that, and it just got pulled out from under them like a rug.
Right. No, but
I'm
that
sure a
game-
lot of ideas sparked out of it, and they just got stopped.
Yeah, no, and on top of that, not even that aspect of it either. Where if you die, like if you can kill them, because half the time they disappear or run away or whatever, it's like you can find them again and kill them that way. But I feel like the game itself is just, it's fun to play. It really is. I think it's a good option too, as well.
All right.
You might like it. Like I said, I'm literally picking games that where the hardest part is not getting into the game, it's just getting into the story, because it's such a fantasy or sci-fi aspect. It's like,
If he can break his brain and move on, like just play the game, you'll have fun. Right.
Precisely.
All right. So my last game I'm going to throw on the pile. Well, we've had many a cool game, strategic, simulators, action games, shooter games, but there's one game that's missing from a Dave challenge. I feel like that I need to put on the pile. And if you forgot that last time, one of his favorite games was Peach Beach Splash, the squirt gun game with big titties, anime girls. I feel like I need to like do my part and like at least offer the opportunity to have this game on the list. So here we have Dead or Alive, Extreme Beach Ball 3. This is worse than Peach Beach Splash because I don't even want to get into it right now. I've probably talked about it on a past podcast, but I think I have the copy. I have the copy so we can play it. Basically, I just want him to play it so like when his wife walks into the room, he's like, "What the fuck are you playing?"
As they're bumping butts.
That conversation can happen because that conversation's always fun. So, plus I know that Dave wants to play this. I know he does. I know he wants to. Anyway, so that's my last pick. So this is how it's gonna work, gentlemen. We have 3 games, so we need to put forth one of those games. Which of the 3 games that you picked? What's the one game you most want Dave to play? Jared.
I'd say Kerbal Space Program. I've always wondered why he hadn't played it. Like, did he watch a trailer and just thought it was stupid, or he just never thought about downloading it and trying it, or what? There's got to be something that's held him back from downloading that.
All right, cool. All right. So that's the first game, Kerbal Space Program. Nick, what is of the 3 games you picked? What is the game you most want him to play?
Maybe I'll just go with Red Dead Revolver. I was going to say Alex Kidd, but I don't even know if we could find it.
I'm sure he
other
could.
Than it being
but Red Dead.
If you can, great. But yeah, I'll just go Red Dead Revolver. I mean, that's a nice, safe choice, I think.
Okay, cool. Aaron,
even though it wasn't number 1.
Of the 3 games you picked, what game do you most want to put on the list?
Oh man, I'm thinking. I want to say Guardians of the Galaxy. That is like
super good choice.
The game out of all of them I would most want to play. Don't get me wrong, the other games that we've all picked are like, oh man, you should play that. But I'm biased about this one because it's my pick. But that is the one I want him to play the most.
All right. Well, I don't really care. I'm torn.
Oh, that was me right now.
So, real quick.
What I'm going to say...
I
go
have
ahead, Jared.
to point out... Hold up. Alex Kidd in Shinobi World can be played on archive.org.
There you go. Oh, so it's easy.
Ooh.
Red Dead Revolver can probably be downloaded as an ISO, and you can play it on PCSX too. So he can also play that for free, probably. And Aaron and Jared both have Guardians of the Galaxy. Kerbal Space Program is the only one currently you'd have to buy at the moment, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Which is cheap right now because the new one's coming. So that's pretty good value.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My choice... Well, just because I feel like I can win the vote, I'm going to pick Division 2. So I'm going to pick Division 2 as my pick. I really want Dave to play Division fucking 2, man. I really want him to play this. That's like my main challenge. Is like fucking play this goddamn game, dude. I think you really like it. We've been telling him since Division to play this. And it's only like $8.99 on PSN usually. So Division 2 is my pick. So those are the 4 games we have now picked for Dave. We need one more out of all of our picks to vote as the 5th pick. Do you guys remember? I'm just gonna put up what I think everyone
Division
needs to...
2.
We already. Division 2's on my. I already picked Division 2.
Okay.
I'm trying to get us to vote. So like.
Oh yeah. None of the ones on my list. I think he would enjoy them, but I don't think like Divinity would cost way too much time for him.
This is just
that's like an 80-90 hour game. So yeah. He should totally have that conversation with his wife.
Unless anyone else has a competitor to vote against for the 5th place. Does anyone have a competitor?
I don't think nothing stands up.
Nothing stands up. I think we're all standing up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it might probably won't win, but I'm gonna say fuck it. I'm gonna go with We Happy Few.
All right, so we're doing We Happy Few versus Dead or Alive Extreme 3. Who wants to vote on that?
DOA.
I'm gonna go DOA.
Of course you are.
Nick, you're the deciding factor here.
DOA.
There you go. Sorry, Aaron. Nice try.
That's what I knew it wasn't gonna win.
Yeah, nice try though.
I know, booze.
Sorry, I was sold on the eventual conversation that may happen. And
Sold on the
unfortunately, there will be flies on the room to hear it.
So this is the official challenge to Dave. I hope he really listens to this. I mean, this is a great episode just for Dave, for people who love Dave.
He's ahead of us by a few hours, so he's probably already heard it all.
Yeah, probably. You're getting Kerbal Space Program. You're getting Red Dead Revolver, Guardians of the Galaxy, Division 2, and your number 5th pick is DOA 3, Beach Volleyball. Those are the 5 games we have challenged you with because you left us again. So yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed this comical. What's going to be great is when he comes back and he hopefully listens to this episode, or when he starts playing, if he plays these games. I mean, most of these games he's going to get to play for free. He doesn't have to buy them. Mm-hmm. But yes.
Well, Red Dead Revolver can be downloaded from archive.org.
Oh, also. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can get an ISO. I can get the ISO, and you can use an emulator. Yeah. It's super easy.
So there's ways without. I mean, he has consoles, so he could probably get it on console. Or there's a lot of ways.
He has a pretty good PC, so he could just emulate it too pretty easily.
Yeah, good enough to emulate a PS2 game.
His is like as good as mine is, I think, for the most part. I know we have the same. Well, I don't know what his processor is, but we have the same graphics card.
Oh, okay. So, I didn't realize he upgraded.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
About this, just a little after I bought mine, he upgraded.
I just wish one of y'all had a memory video card laying around that had more than 256 megabits of RAM.
I mean, maybe someday when I upgrade.
Does yours even have a fan on it?
I don't. I think it does.
Oh well, that's pretty good.
Your video card,
like, like a really old GeForce NVIDIA stuff.
Oh yeah, it's the old. It's the one that Brandon had. Yeah. All right. So that's that. We need to move on to couch co-optionals. Some optional things that we think you guys might enjoy that aren't video game related. Jared, I'll let you start.
So I started reading a series I've been wanting to read for a long time. I remember as a kid, I just came upon like book 7 or some garbage like that and read that and loved it. So I picked up from the library digitally as from the Deathgate Cycle by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. The first book is Dragon Wing.
Dragon Wing.
So Deathgate Cycle.
Dragon Wing.
Yeah.
Cool. Is it good? Okay. Awesome.
It's fantasy. Yeah. It's fantasy as fantasy. So if you like fantasy, read fantasy.
All right. Nick to win. What would you like to share with the good of the order?
Next Sunday I'm getting a double dose of vaccines in my arms, so get your shot. Apparently you can get your second booster if you're eligible for it. That way we don't get Ian sick.
I got
sick
mine
again.
scheduled.
Yeah, don't get me sick again.
Great. So we don't ruin his taste in winter beers.
And just so we're
any
not,
more than they don't.
Just so we're not being political here. It is a couch co-optional.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we heavily recommend you fucking.
Yeah,
do it.
I guess. Yeah.
Right.
I'm just putting that out there for anybody who, because I wasn't aware of that back in early September. They authorized a second booster for anybody who is eligible and wanted one. So yeah. I'd like to have one just because I like getting poked.
There you go. Aaron, what do you have? Do you have anything cool you want to share?
I have a couple of things. Well, so as you guys know, I have an 8-month-old, and I found kids shows are kind of being more normal in the household, as you know. But there's one I've been watching a lot of lately with her, and she just enjoys the fuck out of it. I'm sure any parent has a kid at a certain age enjoy it too. It's called Bluey. It's like a family show about a family of dogs who kind of just do their thing or whatever. But it's fun to watch. It's good for kids.
Blue Healers, even.
Yes.
Bluey, baby.
It's in Australia, actually, based, if I remember right. But the other thing that I found.
It's also fun for adults, from my understanding. Like, adults aren't bored.
It's a great show. I love it. Yeah.
It's like, it's good for kids, but it's also adults can find entertainment in it, value in it.
Yeah. It has a lot of heart.
it just reminds me of Dave and Ellen and Robin in a sense. The dad definitely reminds me of Dave so much, and I don't know why, but he does.
That's funny.
But anyway,
bonus challenge. Dave has to watch all of Bluey.
All 3 seasons, 24 episodes apiece at 7 minutes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the other thing is, if anybody has a Trader Joe's near them, I found this fucking good it's their hatch chili mac and cheese. Oh my fucking god, it's so good. Actually, it'd make this a lot more satisfying at the end because you get it's just so good. I recommend it to anybody who likes mac and cheese.
So you're saying you would pair that with the Jubelale?
I'd pair that with anything. I'd eat on its fucking own, dude. Who could?
All right. What's it called?
It's this hatch chili mac and cheese. It's from Trader
Hatch
Joe's.
chili mac and cheese. Interesting. Okay.
Hatch chili, like the
Hatch.
Yeah, HATCH, like
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it's a native grown in New Mexico, if I remember right. Or
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah, because I like to go to
highly
Trader
recommend
Joe's
it.
a couple times a year to get like their freezer section's awesome because they have like this really good stir fry thing and some
Ooh, I know
really
you're
good
talking about.
dishes. Yeah, some
Good.
noodle dishes. Yeah, they got some good stuff. So I might look for that one.
Cool.
I highly recommend that. There you go.
Cool.
I'm going to recommend a comic book. So this is, you might have seen Keanu Reeves doing the late night talk show rounds. This is his comic book. This is Berserker from Boom Studios. It's a story and
It's a very
script.
90s cover, very shiny.
Oh yeah, well I picked the shiny one just for this. I have all of the issues, but I picked the shiny one for this.
Oh, okay.
It's a story and script by Keanu Reeves and Matt Kent, and the art's by Ron Garney. If you're fucking comic nerds. Anyway, the important thing is it's a 12 issue story arc. Keanu Reeves is his character is this kind of immortal Highlander type guy, basically. It's a pretty simple story. It's really entertaining. It's really well read, really well done, told.
There can be only one.
No, but there is only one. But here's the other crazy thing. I mean, it's a good comic book. Art's great. But it has already been optioned for a film, like I figured it would be with Keanu Reeves being attached to it.
Yeah,
so
of
Keanu
course.
Reeves is going to be playing this character. But if you want to get in on the ground floor, I know that the volume 1 and 2 of the trade is out now too. So I get the single issues because I'm a comic nerd, but you can get the trades. They're available now. But it's a very good comic. It's entertaining. It's interesting. If you listen to the Milkman and Reverend show, which is hosted by the Couch Co-op now, on our whatever we are.
Yeah,
whatever we are,
I saw you dropped in the first episode you guys recorded in a while in the stream.
Yeah,
recently.
I'm pushing all. I just feel like I've decided to just push everything on the one RSS feed because it's just
give
there's
people
more people
content.
Give them content.
The Couch Co-op network.
Yeah, the network. It's like, and you know what? That's the other thing. Anyway, I just want to finish. The comic book's really good. I suggest you read it. Moving on, separate from that, if the beer, we were doing the beer thing. If we decide that the beer thing doesn't work in I feel like it does. I think it's fun and works fine, works well, breaks things up, has a thing. If it didn't and we wanted to go back to the old format, I would rather prefer it just stay on Couch Co-op just because I want content on this channel, basically this channel or this RSS feed. I don't want to, I think us fracturing everything was just kind of a mistake. So, but I like having the beer thing in this. It just kind of, it keeps us a little more sober because we're not pounding 2 beers in an hour. We're just drinking 1 beer in an hour and talking about video games because I think we like to talk video games. So it's a little more focused, a little more fun, and yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think this new format's cool? We've been doing it for a few weeks now.
Yeah, I dig doing it, but spending 15 minutes at the beginning talking about beer might not be the best method. We might want to switch it up a bit, but
maybe
fans, please leave comments somewhere, somehow, and tell us if you would rather hear about video games first, or beer later, or beer at all. and we can adjust as necessary.
Anyone else have any thoughts?
I kind of like it as is, honestly. I mean, it gets it out of the way for the most. Not gets it out of the way. That's a bad choice of words, but I like the idea of the kind of upfront, but also it kind of like gets people, ooh, what's this? And then, okay, here's the games. Okay, and oh, we're gonna talk back to the beer. Okay, we're back into it again. Okay, it's nice.
I did like tonight. Oh, sorry.
Money breaker, if that makes any sense.
Go ahead, Nick. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, I was gonna say I liked tonight how before we got to the number one pick, we kind of took a break.
Yeah.
Kind of. It's almost like
right,
like,
it's part
when you go to a commercial break.
Yeah,
it's like hey guys, we're gonna tickle the ass with a feather,
good.
and we'll get to the number one, but first this.
I will say this: our old colleague JPK reached out to me recently, and he really likes the new format. He thinks it's cool. So.
Okay.
He was like, he likes the show. He's been listening, and he's like, oh, I really like it. What you guys been doing? So,
okay,
that's cool. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
cool.
a listener, but that's our former colleague.
Yeah.
No one else fucking reaches out to us. But you could reach out to us if you went to anchor.fm/The Couch Co-op Show. You could leave us a voice message and tell us exactly what is on your mind. And if it was just the craziest rant, we will play it on the show. I promise you that.
Thoughts included. To listen to your.
Anyway, I guess we can get out of here. Oh wait, what do we have to do? I have to pick next week's beer. Something easy. I don't want to. What have we not done? That's easy. Have we done Coors Light?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Aaron's like, oh fuck, Coors Light.
Michelob Amber Bock. We haven't.
I'd have to go to
seen that.
but that's hard to get. That's kind of hard to get.
Total Wine. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but everyone else has to
get
look
over
for it. Let's see. What have we not done on shit, man? We're getting to that point where I need to have a fucking like
St. Pauli girl.
That's hard to find too, unless I go to Total
Is
Wine.
it? I think Red Stripe's back in stock.
Oh my god, that was an issue. Let's just shit. Let's just do. I don't fucking know.
Coors NA.
No, have we done?
Coors Edge.
No, we didn't. No, what?
Have you done Miller Lite?
Have we done Miller Lite? Yeah, we did Miller
Probably.
Lite already. I think we already did
Yeah.
Miller Lite.
How about just MGD?
I tried.
We did Montucky. We've done Pub. Shit, I don't know. You know what, listeners? I don't fucking know.
High Life? Have you done High Life?
I think. Have we done High Life?
No.
I think we have.
There's some weird Budweiser spin-offs, right?
Have we done Total Domination?
Platinum or
Have we done Total
something?
Dom?
No.
Let's do Total
How about
Domination.
Hams?
Let's do Total Domination. I'll pick Total
Ninkasi.
Domination. Let's do Ninkasi. I'll do Total Domination because I feel like there's a lot of their beers that we need to review, but I feel like we need to review their flagship beer. I feel like we haven't really done that, and I feel like that's still a stand-up beer. So that's like maybe one of their only stand-up beers, really. Anyway, so yeah, we'll do Total Dom because that's classic, and that'll be my pick next week.
Great.
And it's easy to find everywhere on the face of the earth. Let's get out of here so Aaron can take care of his little one, and the rest of us can just sit on here and get trashed and talk bullshit.
All right.
I want to thank you all for listening and remind you that you can leave feedback on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Couch Co-op Shows. Aaron.
All one word, no hyphen.
That's right, my friend. Please remember to subscribe, share, and maybe leave us an iTunes review. Dude, we haven't gotten an iTunes review in a hot minute. And by the way, I ask you to leave a voice message at Anchor. I'm pretty sure we're never going to get another fucking review on iTunes. So, but maybe we would. Maybe you guys would rather type your feelings out than say them. So if you would like to type out your feelings, go to iTunes, leave us a fucking review. It would be much appreciated.
Get after it, keyboard warriors.
Yes. And then, share us. share us around. Hit like. I don't know. Anyway, I want to thank you all for joining me here on the couch. Oh, wait. What is it? No, I want to thank Jared, Nick, and Aaron for being here on the couch.
Of course. Always thank you, Ian.
For joining me here on the Couch Co-op. I'm Ian, reminding you to please be excellent to each other.
Yes. Do it.
I believe it's Wild Stallions, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
yeah, there used to be a cool outro for a bit that went along with it. But...
And then be quiet while I play the outro music, okay? Just shh.